I have a very important message for the people of the world. This is about being dismissive of people who are considering suicide, as well as being dismissive of any other overwhelming type medical symptom, whether it's psychological, mental, emotional, whatever, physical, it doesn't matter. See, this is what people don't understand, and it's very problematic. All right. When a person has, let's use a migraine headache, for example, which I do have a really bad headache right now, like really bad, but it's not a migraine. I wouldn't be able to make this if it was a migraine. But, all right, so let's begin by saying that you have a friend who tells you every single day, I get migraines every day, and I just don't know how much longer I can handle it. And they say that same thing every day. I have migraines every single day, and I don't know how much longer I can handle it. Every day, when you hear that, you may think, well, if it's really as bad as they're saying, it can't be getting worse every single day, and at this point, it's just a habit for them to say that, or, they're just wanting attention, or they've blown it out of proportion in their mind, or they're exaggerating, or whatever. But what you don't realize is that person may have catastrophic, just horrific migraine headaches every single day of their life. And talking to other people about it and hearing those people say, I'm so sorry, is there anything I can do? And maybe even their close friends and family going out of their way to say, I did some research for you and I found out that this helps with migraines and this helps with migraines. So maybe you should try this or try that. Those things that are being done every single day, people might get tired of doing them. You might get tired of saying it's going to be okay. You might get tired of saying, I'm sorry you feel this way. I wish I could help you. You might get tired of looking up suggestions. Here's this solution. Here's this solution. But what you may not realize is that may be all that's keeping them afloat. You may look at them one day and say, I really think you're just blowing this out of proportion. It's been, 6 months that you've been talking about your migraines constantly. I know it sucks, but I'm just tired of hearing about it. And, maybe it's not as bad as you think it is. Maybe it's just in your head. Saying these kinds of things to a person may be what they need to hear to give up, to stop fighting, which in a lot of cases means suicide. Now, God forbid we're talking about a person who actually is suicidal. Them hearing on a daily basis, keep fighting, don't give up, we're here for you, please keep going. It might be months of you saying that. And you may get tired of saying it to them. It may get annoying and boring and tedious, stressful, exhausting. But the day that you look at them and say, really, man, you're going to talk about this suicide thing again? I mean, it's all you talk about. Are you sure that you're suicidal? Maybe you're just used to saying it, or maybe it's all in your head, or maybe you're blowing this out of proportion, or maybe you're just seeking attention. You could find that your friend kills themselves a few hours later for saying that to them. It's not something to joke around with. The point I'm trying to make is if someone is suffering from a chronic problem that is keeping them on the brink, like they're suffering so much they think they can't handle it anymore, whether that be from emotional problems, suicidal thoughts, physical pain, any chronic problem that they have, cancer, whatever. First off, I'd like to say if you make the commitment to support them, you're in it for the long haul. But I can't say that because, not everybody can handle that. They have their own lives. But if you're going to try to get out of it, you better fucking tactfully look at that person and say, I just, I may need some time for myself. I'm still here for you if it's, a life or death situation, but I may need to distance myself for a little while. But that's the only acceptable way out. You don't look at somebody and say, man, I just think that this whole suicide thing is bullshit. Or I think these migraine headaches are a figment of your imagination. Or they're just regular headaches and you're just blowing it out of proportion. You don't get to minimalize someone's suffering, because the moment you do, that sends a signal to them that their suffering is insignificant, that to the rest of the world they come across as a burden. And as soon as someone's perspective takes that role, and they're already suffering more than you could possibly imagine, they're only a stone's throw away from killing themselves. So don't be dismissive and don't minimalize people's chronic health problems, period.